podemos construire une meilleure ciudad. Bonjour et merci. Ensemble, toujours ensemble, nous pouvons bâtir une meilleure ville. Buongiorno e grazie. Insieme, sempre insieme, possiamo costruire una città migliore. And of course, for you Spanish, French, and Italian scholars out there, what that means is it doesn't take great hair to be a great mayor. My name is Rocco Rossi. Some people have said, Rocco who? At the end of this campaign, what's important is Rocco why, Rocco how, Rocco what, Rocco when. And that's going to make the difference, because while 2003 was a campaign about stopping a bridge, 2010 needs to be a campaign about building bridges to the boroughs who were amalgamated in principle but still not amalgamated in fact, who don't see the same experience that we benefit from elsewhere in the city. It's about building bridges to the ethno-cultural communities. It's about building bridges to the business community, to the civic entrepreneurs from one street to the next. It's about building bridges to our youth, and most importantly, it's about building bridges to the over 60% of eligible voters who don't even bother to cast a vote in municipal politics. City building is just way too hard, way too difficult a task to not get the benefit of all of those people working together. We need all hands on deck. I'm big, I'm bald, and I've got bold ideas for this city, and I've got a business background tempered by time in the not-for-profit, tempered by an experience in the immigrant community to make it happen in a way that you can both have a soft heart and a hard head. As I told my staff at Heart and Stroke for several years, just because we're in the not-for-profit sector doesn't mean we're in the for-loss sector. We have to run things professionally, we have to run things in a disciplined manner, we have to run things in a business manner, and a business manner means you have to set priorities. If you're looking for a mayor who's going to give you the answers to everything, you're looking at the wrong guy. I'm here to provide solutions to a few things, because when you have answers to everything, you have solutions to nothing. You have no priorities. And so it's important to be specific, and I intend to be specific as I go along. And I know I'm told by people, and I was a political handler myself, so this was advice I would have given to professional politicians, to hold things, to wait, to not allow things to be stolen or to be the center of attack. But that's not the kind of campaign I'm going to run. I'm going to run a campaign where I'm going to tell you where I stand, because this isn't just about winning, it's about governing. The mayor is one of 45 votes. If you are not clear, if you are not specific, if you do not have a citywide mandate, you go into that building at your peril, because then it's all about the horse trading. And yes, over 4 years there's going to be a lot of horse trading. There's going to be a lot of compromises. But on a handful of discrete issues, we need to be clear, and I need to be able to say, I have the city's mandate to do this, and you need to back this, because it's not one vote of 45, it's over 2 million votes. It's the city of Toronto in that room with us, and we need to remember that. We need to unleash the potential of the city. The city is phenomenal. It's given everything to my family. It's given us a lifetime of progressively better tomorrows. And that's what I want for every inhabitant of Toronto, whether they've been here for 100 years or for 100 days. Because I know that experience. I grew up in a house with multiple families. There is no inherent tragedy or hurt in living many families in the same house, in the same building. There's lots of love. There's lots of shared sacrifice. It's only a tragedy when it becomes an end spot that's not chosen by the people there, when it becomes an end spot as opposed to a rung on the ladder to great success, which is open to each and every person who comes to this city. I said I'd be specific, and I'll give you a few specific things. I'll give you one big and one small. We've heard a lot of things. We've heard a lot of talk for many years that we're going to look at asset sales. Well, we're going to do more than look at asset sales if you do me the honor of making me the mayor of Toronto. We're going to sell assets. We're going to start with Toronto Hydro. I've looked in every book of Jane Jacobs. I can't find a page, a paragraph, a sentence that says in order to build a great city, the city needs to own the utility. Nonsense. But that doesn't mean that we sell assets so we have this piggy bank to increase operating expenses unreasonably. Talking about selling assets so that we can pay down debt and so that we can build the capital infrastructure that we want. I don't want to have to always go hat in hand to the province or the feds. And quite frankly, with the bills they've got to pay these days, don't count on a whole lot of money coming from them. So we need some made in Toronto solutions, and we better get to them quickly. We better get to them now. The other thing that's important is that we have to lead by example. An early manager of mine used to talk about the say-do principle, that what you say and what you do must reinforce one another. Otherwise, you lose credibility, you lose action, you lose the ability to get results. On the one hand, we're told by City Council that we have a fiscal crisis. And with the other hand, they vote themselves wage increases. And yet, then turn around to non-unionized staff and say, your wages are going to be frozen. That's utterly unacceptable. Utterly unacceptable. And so I am pledging today that on the very first day I will cut my pay by 10% and I will freeze my salary for the 4-year term of mayor, and I will be encouraging each and every councillor to roll back the salary increase that they've just voted themselves. And I think people should be asking their candidates for councillor, each and every one of them, are you prepared to do that? Because I think it's a position of moral authority. I don't think you can go into the discussions that we need to have with Labour without setting that example and without leading by example first. Because a shared sacrifice is a sacrifice that can be borne for a greater good. Unfairly shared sacrifice is what causes conflict, what causes deadlock, quite frankly, what causes strikes. And we don't need another one. I intend to lead with some form of moral authority in this. We have to share, because in sharing sacrifices is what great families do. It's what my family taught me to do. It's what great friends do. It's what a great city does. Juntos, ensemble, insieme, together, now for a better Toronto. Thank you.